Hello out there, fellow keyboarders. Today we are going to take a look at the new Journey 80 by Keydous. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that. They like to make up names, so I'm just call it NJ-80. So this is a board that seems to have become very popular lately. I've seen it on a lot of the sites, including Drop. This one is just the kit, doesn't come with any switches or keys, so it's just the kit by itself. So let's take a look at it. Let's unbox it. Let's see what we got in here. Let's see if this thing really is worth it. All right. So it looks like we've got a brass plate. Whoa, this thing is lighter than I expected it to be. All right. So we got a brass plate. We got a gold knob. Looks like we got south-facing LEDs. And we got the support for 3 or 5 pin switches. Let's see, clip-on stabilizers, but they are very, very rock solid. They're pretty good. They're cream colored. I can't say I know what they are, but they are pretty. I mean, they are stable. There's no need to modify these. I can see looking down in there. There is no foam padding, and it's quite hollow feeling. I'm actually curious. Let's do you way. Sorry, I probably got to replace the battery. I'm sure it's too weak for you guys to see, but what do we got here? We're doing grams. 797 grams. So it's not quite 2 pounds. So a little over a pound. Like I said, pound and 3/4, but I don't know. It feels lighter than that. I don't know. This feels light. Anyway, so we got no foam padding, and there's obviously space for some sort of something in there. Now this is a Bluetooth and 2.4 keyboard. It does have a 2.4 receiver that goes in here. I don't know how many keyboards I've gotten that has the hole but doesn't have the and yeah, like I was saying, I've received many of these 2.4 gigahertz plus Bluetooth ones that never even had them, though I do have a little box full of these. Who knows which keyboard they go to. Thankfully they have Bluetooth, and I'd rather just use Bluetooth than have another USB dongle to deal with. But again, we got plastic. I believe it's an ABS plastic. It's got just one set of feet with the rubber feet, not like the double set, and then it has the rubber pad feet. The angle of it, I'd say it's about a 4 or 5 degree angle, and it does have a brass plate. Again, this doesn't have any foam between the plate and the PCB. Sorry, I'm just taking a look at this. All right, so I've been seeing this being sold anywhere from $180 to $230. So far, from what I see, I mean, besides the plate that gives it a little bit of weight, and I guess the south-facing LEDs, this is basically a TM680 with a function row. I mean, you got the 3 right here. Basically just got an added function row. You got the knob, which I'm sure is volume mute, but I'm trying to figure out why this board is so much more. I mean, it's not a gasket mount, it's a tray mount. So I don't know. Let's go ahead and check it out stock and see how it does. I saw this on the EpoMaker site with the Momoka Flamingo switches, so let's go ahead and use the Flamingo switches for this. so these are the first time that I've used these Momoka switches, Flamingo switches. So they say they come lightly lubed from the factory. I have not confirmed that. I have not opened up any of these, so we're just going stock. Now, I guess it's to find a keycap set to put on here. Let's see what would look good with this. Let's see. This is my first Idobao Keycap Set, but I think this is going to look good with this white, even though they are more of a cream. But let's see what these look like on here. Huh? Forget to finish going through the box. I was kind of excited to get to it. What else do we have in here? We have an extra knob, silver. I wonder if silver, I think silver might look better with this. We'll have to see if we can get this knob off nice and easy without damaging anything. Oh, don't lose it. We have a USB cable. We have a keycap puller and a switch puller. And we have, I guess these are the instructions. Alright. User manual. Bluetooth pairing, lighting operations, function keys, knob operations. Alright. Seems pretty simple. I believe I read it was QMK, but I'd have to look, because everything else on here is in Chinese. Let me just take a look real quick at this website. And alright, so we got a 4400 milliamp hour battery, NKRO. Oh, it says it's a steel plate. I thought, no, well, the one that I purchased, the kit, I'm looking at a different site, so keyboard can be enabled under programmable mode. The keyboard key function can be set through driver. Okay, so I guess it has some sort of, it does have downloads, or does it? I don't see driver, so I'll have to take a look at that further, but I wanted to make sure that I at least showed you what else was in the box. Alright, so we got 2 escape keys. Okay. there. Here's the keyboard. Now I'm gonna try the same trick that I tried with the TM680 knob. Get it off. Oh, I don't have that. Oh, there it is. I use glasses where you have screens. Buying microfiber cloths in bulk. I think I paid $8 for 1,000 of these, and I never seem to run out. But yeah, what I do is might be a little too. Maybe even double up on it. We're doing this so that we don't scratch the knob or just, you know, hurt it. We don't want it really squeezed. We just kind of want to pull up. Is it loose now? Yeah, it's these little potentiators, knobs, or encoder knobs, that's what they're called. Can be a bit of a pain because they're just pressure fit, but there's one of my private keyboards. But yeah, it came out and it's still there. It doesn't have as much clearance. It has a stem, very different than the. I don't know what's going on here. Because this one doesn't have that stem. Did I pull too hard? Oh, it's got a tiny little screw in there. This I was not expecting. So I guess I have to take this screw out and put it into the other one to make a stem. Huh. That's kind of odd. So I might need a smaller. This. So yeah, so there's the, it's like a little tube, and there's a big hole and a little hole, and you line it up, and instead of it being a D, it just has these two little sticks or little edges that come out to make it like a wall. But let's not put too crazy with that. That's on there. All right, and then it's basically a D knob. Focus on that and see that it's yeah, so that's a little odd, but okay. And line it up. Come on. I don't like that it's not an actual full D. I might 3D print me a different solution. As far as alright, there we go. So now we got the silver one on there. Let's go ahead and put this gold one away and stick it in the box so we're not like, oh, where'd the gold one go? Alright, so just initially my impressions are, I'm not going to do a type test. I will include a type test before the end of the video. I'm not doing it just yet. But my initial impressions of this board is that at $200, why wouldn't you just get a GMMK Pro? I mean, I am not shilling for GMMK. It's not like it's the best thing, but you can actually get it cheaper than this. And it's a CNC aluminum board. This is, I mean, it's got what looks like a brass plate. I believe this one is a brass plate. Weighs less than 2 pounds. And, I mean, it's alright, but there's just nothing special. I don't see why this is going for so much, and why, for what I feel is the last 3 months, this has been like a popular must-have keyboard. I'm not quite sure about that, but I mean, it's not bad, don't get me wrong. Out of a stock keyboard, it's not a bad experience, but it's just not, I mean, this would be a perfect, like say $99 kit without switches and keys. For $99, I would say this would be the perfect kit, because, you know, you got your different choices of plates, whether you want steel, brass. Like I said, I didn't order it from Epo Maker, but there's several sites that are selling it now. Some with caps, some with switches, some with different plates. But I got this one off of AliExpress. I paid a lot less, obviously, but had to wait almost 2 months for it. But even what I paid for it, I believe, was $138. I even think that that's just a bit too much, because there's just not much to this keyboard. Yes, you got your Bluetooth capabilities, but so this is the TM680. Like I said, this is the TM680 just with the function, because you still got the 3 buttons over here. They're default automated to the same thing, and you got your arrow keys. You got your shorty shift and your single size or one use Alt FN control over here. So, I mean, other than the south facing LEDs, and I know this is big controversy with folks, I don't care. I like Cherry, but prefer XDA or SA or DA profiles. But even with the Cherries, I have not seen that much interference. Not that it caused me any actual issue. So, next we'll do a type test. How about we look at the different light functions while we're doing this? Obviously, I'm not going to do a sound test because I know there's a 3D printer running in the background, and I do apologize for that. I'll try to edit as much of that whine out in post. But let's see what we got for instructions for the lighting. Function escape to switch the backlight. Alright, so function escape. Alright, so we got breathing modes. Let's just that's weird. So the 4 is blinking, and the rest are just going through FN enter, so the color. Alright, single colored mode. But why is that still blinking? I guess because it must be wanting Bluetooth. I'm gonna guess that's what it is. So let's just plug you in. So you do not, nope. Oh, you do have a switch. Never mind. And you are on, so let's put you off. Whoop. There goes the instruction. So off is usually turning off the Bluetooth, and then once we plug it in, it should go into 5 is red for a second. Okay, so we're going through the lights, and that's function enter. Huh. I don't know if you can see, but the F12 is actually a green color. All the other ones are orange. That's hard. There you can see it there. F12 is green. All the other ones are an orange color. Yep, F12 remains green. Regardless of the color you select, that one remains green. Obviously it doesn't matter when it's green. But no. Well, so yeah, so we've already encountered a fault. So I'm going to take this apart, but I'm not already going to say this is alright built, but it's cheaply built too. I mean, it's just this. I'm gonna actually down my price. I'm gonna say this is worth $79, no more. With no keys or switches, no more than $79 at this point. I mean, not even an instruction book. Never heard of it. New Journey or Keydous. This was the name they made up to sell another no name, white label. Let me see. sensitive, function caps. Change the color of the indicator. Alright, you can switch to Bluetooth mode, and you got the function plus 1011 line when you have the volume knob. That kind of defeats the purpose, but oh well. Press down for mute, again to restore volume. Function right shift, enable exit power saving mode. Restore function. Function up and brightness like always. But the function escape is switch to black mode. Alright, so yeah, no, my feelings on this board is that it's really not worth anything more than $79, and I'm honestly just not too impressed. It's a decent board. It'd be fine for $79. For anything above 100 is just ridiculous. We'll come back with a type test in a little bit and leave you with my final thoughts. So yeah, obviously we've got a bad board here. It's going to choose to be green no matter what, and it seems to be that would indicate to me poor manufacturing. And even the breathing mode, it's not even right. Yeah, it's probably not soldered on right, or that SMD LED is damaged. But I'm not happy with this board. I'm not keeping it. It's going back, and I would recommend anybody who's thinking about this board, either if you want it smaller, go with the TM-680. But if you want, something a little bit more solid, that this is trying to be, and I hate to do this because I don't think the GMMK is the be-all, end-all. But at $169, the base kit of the GMMK gives you much more build material quality, and just a better keyboard overall than this one that retails from anywhere from $200 to $280, which is just, it's ridiculous. This keyboard is not worth. I mean, this should be a budget board. This should be in the same price range as the TM-680. Yeah, it sounds okay. This one, it just isn't worth it. Honestly, I'd give this one key. This board, just avoid it. This is the NJ-80. I wouldn't buy it, honestly. That's my opinion. But, man, take it or leave it. Bad Mark. Now.